Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
The Federal Executive Council has approved over 80 billion naira for the rehabilitation of critical roads infrastructure in the Federal Capital Territory. FCT Minister Mohammed Musa Bello, who announced this while briefing newsmen on the Council's resolutions, said over 372 million naira is also to be expended on the purchase of needed. The State House correspondent, the Musambo, reports.
Addressing the nation's infrastructure deficit is one of the major undertakings of the Buhari presidency since coming to power in 2015. Provision of critical infrastructure, the government believes, is key towards achieving its objectives of taking Nigeria to the next level of socio-economic development. And for this to be realized, Abuja, the nation's capital, must continue to have a fair share. Therefore, for the second time in 2 weeks, funds have been approved for the FCT for the provision of roads infrastructure. 2.3 billion naira is to be expended on rehabilitation of the road leading to the Federal Integrated Staff Housing Estate in Apo Tafia area of Abuja.
The second infrastructure project relates to the contract for the construction of an access road and car park for the Abuja Light Rail Station at Ring Road 2, otherwise known as Kukuaba Station. The intention is that by the opening of that road, that railway station will be made functional, and then commuters can use the station either when they visit the national park there or when they want to have access to the Kukuapa district.
3.6 billion naira is earmarked for the project, while 373.4 million naira will be utilized for the purchase of 2 heavy-duty tow vehicles with mounted cranes for the Directorate of Road Traffic Services, otherwise referred to as the VIO. 2 other procurement memos presented by the Minister of Health were also approved by the Council towards upgrading as well as upskilling the capacity of NAFDAC in the execution of its mandate, particularly in detecting fake and substandard drugs as well as other materials.
First memo was about 40 true scan devices, which are mobile scan devices, to be able to recognize fake and substandard drugs brought in either across the border or found within the country. The second memo is about laboratory strengthening, improving and upgrading all the laboratories we have in the country, about 6 laboratories for NAVDAC, for testing materials that are brought into the country. Both of these contribute strongly to what we call the benchmarks for the NAFDAC to be able to allow the manufacture of vaccines in Nigeria.
Nigeria, the minister said, has an ambition to start manufacturing vaccines and getting NAFDAC's laboratory capacity upscaled with the ability to speed up and make diagnostics more accurate in respect of fake and substandard drugs is a critical condition. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, has informed the international community that Nigeria's war against the High Commissioner to Nigeria, Creighton Land, where he explained that the change of measures by the federal government to address insecurity. Addressing some of the concerns raised by the High Commissioner, Lawan stressed that the 9th National Assembly is keeping no stone unturned in ensuring the quick passage of critical bills, especially Electoral Act Amendment and Petroleum Industry Bills. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has urged the Independent National Electoral Commission to, in line with a federal High Court judgment, restore 8 state constituencies in Oyo. On a motion raised by Representative Shegun Adebumi and 4 others, the lawmakers noted that the restoration would ensure the people of the affected areas in Oyo State exercise their right to representation. The court judgment was passed as part of its determination to boost fish farming and value value chain opportunities in aquaculture, Ogun State government has organized a 2-day training program on aquaculture for over 700 willing young farmers in the local government area of Ogun State. Nta Abeokuta reports.
Apart from the fact that fish farming is a lucrative business, the metric tons of fish being produced annually in Nigeria by the current fish farmers in the country no doubt cannot meet the demands for the consumption of ocean resources. This is why Ogun State government decided to inject more young youths into its fish farming project as a way of boosting fish production in the state. This recent effort is to train not less than 700 youths who are willing to learn more about modern methods of rearing fish, especially in aquaculture and value chain agriculture.
And build the capacity of this exciting Ogun youth to the next level of feed production, to support their investment, to support their passion for agriculture. We are also arranging meeting and collaboration with them so that they are able to form contracts in terms of fish feed supply, in terms of marketing. So we are going to be involved in their growth.
An aquaculturist and guest lecturer, Dr. Muibi Mulero, says the training will not only expose participants to innovative techniques in fish farming, but also link them to market opportunity for food sufficiency.
With this we are doing, and the effort of these youths and their interest and their passion I have seen, it will definitely benefit quite a lot of them, because I mean their livelihood will be improved. They will live better, and I'm sure that will encourage other youths outside to join them.
And I believe with this training, enough skills, knowledge that we can apply in fish farming, and with that it will increase our livelihood.
The commissioner and his team later visited the fish meal processing center and fish ponds in this village, where he emphasizes the commitment of the Nta Abeokuta administration in creating job opportunities in agriculture for economic growth in Ogun State. In Abeokuta, Yemi Dalemo, NTA News.
The nation's Government Council of various higher institutions has been tasked on academic excellence through innovations and scientific research to produce quality leaders for the country. The Alake and paramount ruler of Egaland, Nta Abeokuta, gave the task when he received the Government Council of Alex Ekweme Federal University, Ndufu Alike, Ebonyi State, in his palace. Akim Jimo's report is here presented.
The visit by the Government Council Alex Ekweme Federal University, Ebonyi State, to the institution's chancellor, Nta Abeokuta is not only to receive royal blessings from the monarch, but also to chart the way forward for the Ivory Tower.
There's a lot of interest in our university, and all the successes we have recorded are because of his influence. So it's been very, very useful to us, and we regard him seriously.
So it is important that we come to introduce the Vice Chancellor to the Kabiyesi. I was most impressed by the splendor and the loyalty of his people around him. And I was very glad that this is the type of person we have as the Chancellor of the university. So we believe that his presence in our midst will continue to prosper the institution.
Receiving its guests with joy, the Alaki and paramount ruler of Igbaland, Nta Abeokuta, says the council deserves accolades for its remarkable achievements recorded in the last 10 years, which he noted has repositioned the institution.
The immediate past, Vice Chancellor, Professor Chinedu, what demonstrated in the last 5 years. When he was graduating his first set of students, all time to go to the room and saw that the exit of the university had higher than the stars, all because you were determined to achieve so much. And God was on your side. I wish you greater heights. I wish you privilege to soar beyond the stars. I pray that I'm from high. That has been a great success. A number of young universities to come to continue to go from height to height.
The visit was also witnessed by the 1986 Nobel laureate, Professor Wole Soyinka, and other dignitaries from the academia within and outside Ogun State. The Alex Ekweme Federal University, F9, Ndufu Alike, Ebonyi State, was was established in 2011 by the federal government to produce best graduates for socio-economic development of Nigeria.
Channel 12 News continues after this timeout. Stay with us.
We just having a good time.
What you think? I dey come now. You go see me now. You go.
Call your party and everybody, yeah. Make you start to look on.
You go see me now.
Everybody they dance.
Where you there now? Oh you go see me now.
You want
I'm fine, sir. You me a surprise.
Where you at? You go Mexico. You go Puerto Rico. I don't go let you go.
Hello, how are you?
Tell us one truth nobody knows.
I like to steal me from my mama's pot. The best data plans in town. Dogs.
Welcome back. You're tuned to Channel 12 News on Nta Abeokuta. Association of SIM card registration agents of Nigeria has appealed to the federal government to review the suspension it placed on registration and activation of new SIM cards nationwide so that their members can return to work, which is their only means of livelihood. The suspension, according to the association, is to pave way for the smooth linkage exercise of National Identification Number, NIN, with SIM cards. Nta Abeokuta reports that the association made the plea in Abeokuta at a press conference.
Lamenting on the economic implications of the suspension on its members, Ogun State chapter of the Association of SIM Card Registration Agents of Nigeria said the plea became necessary so that their members can return to work to reduce the number of unemployed Nigerians. Although the association noted that the motive behind the suspension is to allow SIM card subscribers to link their NIN number with mobile network providers, the suspension is taking too long.
The policy has so many multiplier effects on those of us actively employed by SIM registration services, since it is our own major source of livelihood. As of today, it is a pity that some of our members are beginning to sell off personal belongings to have daily bread. Some are in the hospital because of debt that could have easily been paid if they were working.
The association observed that since the suspension, appreciable number of SIM card subscribers have secured digital identification number from the NIMC and has since submitted the numbers to the respective network providers. Hence, the need to review the suspension.
SIM registration is our way of surviving. It's our means of surviving. Please, we are appealing to federal government, bring life back to our life. You will agree with me that our mental and economic activities have been greatly affected by this policy, as good as it is. We therefore plead that you should review the policy so as to bring an end to our suffering and by extension that of the masses.
The association called on the Nigerian Communication Commissions, which regulates the activities, to accede to their plea by convincing the federal government on the need to lift the suspension in the interest of their team members who have no other means of survival. In Abeokuta, Nta Abeokuta, Nta News.
A stakeholders committee on security saddled with the responsibility of monitoring activities in schools for the safety of students has been inaugurated in Imeko by the Ogun State government. Correspondent Nta Abeokuta reports that this is in line with government's directive on the need to strengthen security in public schools.
Abiodun, in a letter dated January 21, 2021, through his special advisor on security, Olushola Zubeb, directed the State Commissioner for Education, with the assistance of the Commissioner of Police, to provide adequate security for all the schools in the state. The directive is sequel to cases of recurring attacks and abduction of some school children in some parts of the country as a way of preventing such eventuality in the state. Imekwafon is one of the 5 local government areas which constitute Ogun West Senatorial District that share extensive borders with Benin Republic. This town hall meeting here in Imeko is to address salient issues bordering on how to strengthen security architecture in schools and also to raise consciousness of parents, teachers, education managers, traditional rulers, religious leaders, and various security agencies on the need to take responsibility. The outcome of the meeting is the inauguration of this.
And now sports. Powerlifting is set to be boosted in Nigeria. Details with Nta Abeokuta on Sports Update.
Powerlifting is set to receive a boost in Nigeria, with the president of the World Powerlifting Nigeria and World Natural Strongman Federation of Nigeria, Amos Sonny Tubolaefa, better known as Sonny Power, going on a massive grassroots awareness and training drive. At a press conference in Abuja Thursday, the Bayelsa State-born athlete, who prides himself as the most decorated Nigerian powerlifter, revealed that one of his goals is to see powerlifting become a national sports festival event.
Catch the young, talent hunting, we cash award will always be in our event. Annual coaching seminar will be organized to improve our techniques. My mission is to unite to bring all powerlifters on board to come together to achieve our goals.
In volleyball, Nigeria's decision to host the Africa Under-18 Girls and Under-19 Boys Championship is said to be indicative of the desire of the Nigeria Volleyball Federation to further develop the sport in the country.
It's one of the manifesto of the current president of Nigerian Volleyball, Engineer Musa Nimrod, is to promote the.
And that wraps up Channel 12 News tonight. My name is Ayala Balogun.